This is a very crucial piece of our investigation, and the reason that I think it's very credible is this claim was made years before anyone knew about these different shell companies and knew exactly what the Biden family did in countries like Romania and China to get money. The whole ordeal there with the FBI informant wasn't relevant to the investigation. It was one part that we investigated, but the Democrats and the intelligence community are colluding with the media to try to say that that was a key part of the investigation, and therefore the investigation needs to end.
Uh-oh, something smells like hot doo-doo, and I think it's on Comer's shoe, because he just stepped in it. Wow, I haven't seen that kind of backpedaling since, well, yesterday when I saw this.
Would President Trump ban partial birth abortion?
Well, look, I'm very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion. I hate it. I hate everything it stands for. I cringe when I listen to people debating the subject. But I just believe in choice.
Should always be on the side of the miracle of life. Many people have asked me what my position is on abortion and abortion rights, especially since I was proudly the person responsible for the ending of Roe v. Wade.
But here we are again with Comer saying the arrested FBI informant wasn't relevant to the investigation and accuses Democrats and the intelligence community of colluding with the media to try to say that he was a key part of the investigation. Well, Comer, we don't need to because you said that.
This is a very crucial piece of our investigation.
You yourself called Smirnov a very crucial piece of your probe. And of course, in classic Republican fashion, he's not the only one. Take, for instance, Jim Jordan, another chair on the failed Joe Biden impeachment council, who has been breaking his neck from the whiplash of coming to terms with the fact that their key piece of evidence was Kremlin propaganda.
I think you should ask the FBI why they were so reluctant. They told us if we don't, when we wanted to see the 1023, said this could jeopardize national security, the safety of this confidential human source. You can't know his name. They didn't want to show it to us. Then they finally did. I mean, this is a guy they paid, I think, since 2010. So 14 years they've been paying this guy. And he's a trusted source. And now we find out. Plus, I think there's sort of when Christopher Steele lied to the FBI about President Trump, he gets paid more. When Smirnov lies to the FBI about President Biden, no, he gets indicted. I mean, go figure. So it doesn't change the fundamental facts.
It doesn't change the facts. It does change the facts. Those are no longer facts. Those are not true.
The four things I just said, they're absolutely true.
That man is going to need some serious physical therapy. Look, I know your party is just a bunch of Russian sympathists at this point, but seriously, come on, guys.
President Putin was very, very strong.
He even called me brilliant. Isn't that nice?
Putin has much better leadership qualities than Obama.
I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be.
I mean, it really looks bad when your impeachment trial starts looking like a really uninteresting spy novel.
A detention hearing is underway in Los Angeles today for FBI informant Alexander Smirnov. Smirnov is facing charges for allegedly lying about a multi-million-dollar bribery scheme involving President Biden and his son Hunter. Those claims were central to House Republicans' impeachment inquiry into the president. Now a judge will decide whether he has to remain in custody while he awaits trial after prosecutors argue Smirnov could flee the country.
Alexander Smirnov was arrested in Nevada. The judge said, okay, that he could be released with an ankle monitor and with other conditions, but that he could be out on his own recognizance. Well, Special Counsel David Weiss's office said, wait a second, he is a flight risk, that it could be a danger. He could go to another country. He could try to get out of the U.S.
Give me a break, guys. Unlike most of your constituents who can't seem to remember they lost an election only 4 years ago, regular people can remember what you said a year ago. I know you Congress people aren't the best with technology.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you could answer that.
But the internet is forever, guys. So when you say something and then completely contradict it a year from saying it, we have those receipts. But the real problem here is that Republican voters don't even care, nor do they care that their party is in cahoots with Russia and has been for years.
The Russia hoax is finally dead.
Yeah, ask most Republicans about the 2016 Russian interference in our election, and they'll spout that same Trumpy bunk.
After years of Democrats using this committee as a mouthpiece for every conspiracy theory they could find, like the Russian collusion hoax.
At least when I catch my dog drinking out of the toilet, he has the integrity to act ashamed. So I'll repeat this again. Every U.S. intelligence agency, 17 of them, said Russia interfered.
Could be Russia, but it could also be China. Could also be lots of other people. It also could be somebody sitting on their bed that weighs 400 pounds, okay?
And the worst part of all of it is all that Russian intel is being used to influence everything from legislation for funding for Ukraine.
It seems like Mike Johnson is working, the Speaker of the House, the Republican Speaker of the House, the supposed conservative, is working with the Biden administration to put the priorities of Ukraine above the priorities of the United States and to do something that his own voters don't want him to do. Is that true, do you think?
Yeah, that's absolutely true, Tucker, because let me tell you something. Not one Republican member of our conference that I have spoken to has any idea what is in this foreign aid package that's going to give $60 billion to Ukraine.
To trying to impeach the sitting president, Joe Biden. Why? I don't know. Maybe because he's not as pro-Putin as Trump the traitor.
President Putin was very, very strong. He even called me brilliant. Isn't that nice?
And let's be honest, if they truly had anything, they'd have done something about it by now.
We got like 3.5 minutes here. I mean, let's just do the impeachment. I mean, why continue to waste millions of dollars of the taxpayers' money if we're going to impeach because you believe you've shown he's committed a high crime and misdemeanor? What are you waiting on? Let's just do it. I mean, by the way, we got Chairman Jordan here also, the double chairman. Why aren't you guys calling for the vote in your committee? When is it going to happen?
Exactly. If you had the smoking gun, what the heck were you waiting for? The solar eclipse? And it's honestly even worse than that. The inquiry is such a sham. Democrats started keeping their own receipts and even listed them out on the floor of the hearings.
Number 10, your key witness today is testifying from the slammer. Number 9, key evidence of a bribe that you all relied on. The guy who said that has been indicted for lying about that bribe, and he's a Russian asset.
I mean, it's pretty embarrassing when your entire impeachment inquiry can be boiled down to a top 10 reasons you're wasting everyone's time and taxpayer money TikTok. But even when caught in their lies, Republicans will continue to double down and find a way to go lower. How, you may ask? Well, how about like calling for criminal referrals of the sitting president with no evidence because they couldn't prove he committed impeachable offenses and don't want to look like they're as big of failures as they actually are.
So now we want to hold accountability, and I believe that the best path to accountability is criminal referrals.
We'll see how those go, Comer, but in the meantime, maybe you should take some notes from the people who are actually successfully charging and trying a previously twice impeached president, namely your colleagues across the aisle. You claim they're weaponizing the justice system while they successfully use the exact judicial system that Trump and McConnell rigged heavily in favor of conservatives. Frankly, you sound like an idiot. Fun fact, any MAGA Republican that was watching that clip actually heard Marjorie Taylor Greene's voice. It's like one of those high-pitched whistles where only select people can hear the frequency, except in this case, the frequency barrier is a low enough IQ. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that notification bell. It really helps out the channel. And if you can, please support us on Patreon. We've unfortunately been getting consistently demonetized by YouTube for seemingly no reason whatsoever. And in order to keep bringing you these entertaining and informative videos, we really need your support. We appreciate all of you watching. Please let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse.